Hi, my name is Jessica Olwell, and I am the Senior Manager of Product Development here at Mana. I'm so happy to be sitting here with this really fabulous team who collaborated with us on the Artist in the Bench initiative here at Mana. Let me introduce you to the team. Rudy.
Hi, my name is Rudy Miles, also known as Beauty by Rudy. I'm a licensed esthetician and makeup artist. I created for the program an amazing hybrid cheek lip cream that has skin-loving benefits, as well as a silky loose powder that can be used as a setting powder, but also as a primer.
I'm Meredith Baraf. I'm a fashion and celebrity makeup artist in New York, and I've been tasked with creating an eyeshadow and an eyeliner.
I'm Marco Castro, a Peruvian makeup artist and filmmaker, and I created complexion products, a self-setting concealer and a tinted oil balm.
So I have a couple questions for you guys. What did you think of the product development process? Is it what you expected?
Well, it's absolutely not what I expected. It was much harder than what I thought because as a makeup artist, I typically work first with, I'm looking for a texture or a formula, like I'm looking for what exists. This was creating something the opposite way. And the chemists were like magicians in the lab. Like to watch them work was so fascinating because it's a world I don't know. Like I don't know, well, first of all, they had to weigh everything, so that's math. So that already blew me away that they could know like how much should be in the formula by the amount. It was not at all what I expected at all.
So for me, what I found so interesting was how much the process mirrored doing makeup. That you have to let go and let it unfold and let it be uncomfortable and trust the process, and then you end up coming up with something incredible. And that's the process that I went through with these products, and it was pretty cool.
For me, the process was not what I expected because I had some previous experience developing products for other people. But because this is such a personal project, I was very clear with what I wanted in my head, and it was kind of hard at the beginning to communicate with the chemists and make them understand that I needed those ingredients in the formulas, even though they were ingredients that perhaps they had never worked with before. Just watching the process of my concept taking shape in the lab, and because it's so attached to me and it's so personal, it was incredible.
What do you love most about your products?
So I love my product because I can't speak enough about this idea of having a cheek lip cream that is skin loving. It's skincare. Like the cheek lip cream has lactic acid in it, so what, right? But that's a gentle exfoliator for the skin as well as refining pores. So if you're gonna use a cream on your cheek, some clients have an aversion to that because they right away think oily, but this has a beautiful semi-matte finish. It's not oily at all, but it has skin-loving benefits. Also Spanish lavender, which is going to be soothing and help with fine lines. So your collagen, which plumps the lips and makes lips have a great texture and the complexion as well. I can't stress enough how in the marketplace, and this is not judging any other brands, for where we are in the industry, that more makeup isn't makeup care, that it's not makeup and skincare is daunting to me because that's where we should be right now. So when I was given this opportunity to make this product, the skincare idea was just so clear and easy in concept, but then adding it to the product became the real task. And I think the chemists did a great job. I think they nailed it.
I think so too.
They did.
For me, I'm a sucker for payoff. So it was about the way that these products perform from an artist's perspective. And that was like both in my, it started with the eye gloss, and we needed to make sure that it stayed on, and then we developed a primer that's filled with skin-loving ingredients and lash serum. And it's just been such a really good process.
For me, it was very important to create products that speak of who I am, it was crucial for the products to be clean and vegan, and because I think the future of beauty, it's really in our hands, and we need to do what we can to be good towards the planet. And another thing is that I wanted to create products that are gender neutral and future forward. My textures are very sheer. They're very minimal with skin benefits as well. From ingredients that I handpicked from my country, Peru. So these are ingredients that have been used for centuries by my ancestors. And I am so happy to have put these ingredients into my formulas. And this is like magic for me.
So as professionals in the industry, where do you see beauty in the future?
First, I think consumers are questioning ingredients, they're questioning responsibility, they're questioning practices, and it goes back to the ethos of a company. A company can say they're doing whatever they want, but when you look deeper, you can actually look at the practices, look at their certifications, and you can learn these things. So the reason I love the House of Manna is because they have always been leaders in this space. So leaders in formulas, leaders in textures, leaders in this idea of more responsible formulations, because when you are going to a contract manufacturer as a makeup artist, if I want to do a lipstick, I am not going to formulate a lipstick. Like, I don't have that kind of money. I'm going to go someplace and hope that this formulator has done all that work for me. Testing, safety, and at Manna, you could be guaranteed that that has been done for you just based on the history of the company. The name speaks for itself. So I do think the future of beauty is going to have some responsibility element to it, and it won't be just ingredients. It's going to be ethos and practices of the companies.
Yeah, I agree with you, Rudy. And I think also, you know, our footprint is so important. I think it's not only about the formulas, but it also it's about the packaging and using sustainable materials. And Manna is really great at this. You know, I think it's also about the consumers and being responsible and using more refillable components. And I think my experience with Manna particularly, it's been incredible. And you know, they are always future forward when it comes to manufacturing. And I love the fact that they have created the Manna Clean now, which is even, you know, more strict than Sephora Clean and Credo Clean. And I love to, you know, be part of this. And hopefully we will work with Manna in the future as well. I am currently developing my brand, so I see a big, you know, collaboration ahead of us. So, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
So I also think that this hybrid concept in beauty is really where we're headed. But the idea that we can take care of ourselves at the same time that we look beautiful, that we're doing things to feel good and look good, that you're doing things that are actually good for you. And that's something that I didn't really understand until I came to Manna and to work on these products, that how important it was to Manna to infuse products with ingredients that are skin loving, good for you, or you know, aren't going to be bad at the end of the day in your regimen. And that's been really exciting, that it's actually good for you to put on makeup, because we know it's fun.
I have one last question. What was the most challenging part of this program?
I think the most challenging part for me was all that I didn't know. Like, I come from the other end of the spectrum, where you have a product that exists that I'm usually testing for a brand to see, because they've already committed to the products. They're just testing it now for performance or texture. This was about creating the texture at first. So, you know, when we would say, well, Rudy, we wanted to do something, I was like, what does that mean? We wanted to have bounce. I was like, well, I can't make it bounce, like, you know, but I had to use those words for the chemist to understand what that meant. And also language. Like, if we say emollient, sometimes the chemist thought that meant oily, and we definitely don't want an oily cheek lip cream. So we had to choose our words. We had to find a language of love together, which was great. So that was the hardest part. Me coming in ignorant meaning not knowing, like completely not knowing this world, but being open to learn. And I had great teachers.
Oh, thank you.
The most challenging part, I think, was the time frame that we did this in. That we really did this in such a short period of time, and it was pretty incredible to see how far we came with both performance and optocosmetic benefits in such a short time.
Another challenge for me was to obtain the right texture because my formulas are transformative textures. So to really, get to the point where I was happy with the texture and like see it transform how I envision it, I think was the most challenging part.
Well, we just want to say thank you for being a part of our program. We had such a great time with you guys, and we've learned so much along the way. And thank you, and we love you, and we want to work with you guys again.